In the famous words of Jim Moore, playoffs? Playoffs? Are you got playoffs? We got playoffs. We got softball playoffs right here for you. We're going to break it down for you. We're going to do the high school softball, the high school baseball. As always, I'm Jonathan Graves, your Greenwood Today Sports editor for Greenwood Today Sports. And I'm joined here, as always, by Carolina Spikes, Mark Davis. Mark, how you doing?
I'm good.
Let's do this, man. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I've been breaking down these brackets. I've done my homework on almost all these teams. We're going to break it down for you right here. We're going to do it right now. But first, before we do that, let's take you through the brackets a little bit, show you how this is done. We have 4 districts in each, or in the upstate for softball. Okay, if a team loses, let's say that Christchurch beat Dixie somehow. They will move down here, right, Mark? They move down here to the losers bracket.
Dixie, if Christchurch wins, they move here. Dixie comes down to the first game losers bracket right here.
Okay. And this losers bracket right here is a double elimination tournament, basically, double elimination playoff. So this bracket right here, we move over here into here, and
the winner of this one moves here. The loser goes home.
Right. And if somebody loses up here, they would move down into this losers bracket. So you got losers bracket all over the board here. But like I said, double elimination. So if you lose twice, like Mark said, you're going home. All right, let's get right down into it. This is the Class A, Region A, District 1 bracket right here. And we're covering this one because Dixie's in this one. And Dixie's one of our local teams. That's how we're doing it. We're just covering the districts where our local teams are involved. So right here, the first matchup we have today on Thursday is going to be played at 5 o'clock at Dixie. It's going to be Dixie as the #1 seed in District 1 versus Christchurch. Now this is an interesting game, this is an interesting matchup because Dixie played them last year in the playoffs and they beat them 7-0. So Dixie's going off of that, and plus they're throwing Kate Molser in this game, you know, their star pitcher. Everybody's bringing their ace pitchers to the mound during these games. I'm picking Dixie right here. I got to, pull out my handy marker, write it in. I'm sticking by my pick. I'm going with Dixie over Christchurch. And my picks are going to be made in blue on this board. Mark, who you got in this game?
I think I'm going to go with what you said. You said you've done your homework, so I agree with you on that one. I got Dixie.
Dixie drive in. We're going to rally on 2. Rally on 2. Rally on. All right. Anyway, getting back to it. Wagner Sally versus Buford. We're not going to make a prediction on this game. You're going to have to go on the site. I got an opinion on this game of who Dixie will end up playing in that second round. But like I said, you're going to have to go on the site. Mark and I's prediction will be on the site if you want to find out. We're going to move down here to Class A District 3. And the reason we're covering this one, bam, we got the Ware Shoals Hornets. Can I get a close-up right there? Ware Shoals playing Southside Christian. Southside Christians from Greenville, one of the top softball programs in the state. I don't think Ware Shoals has played them this year, but Southside Christian has whooped up on some good competition all over the state. Like I said, top program. I'm going Southside Christian in this one. Ware Shoals, they played a weak region schedule, and they lost some games in there kind of late to 96, and they also lost to Dixie twice. Like I said, I'm going with Southside Christian on this one. I'm pretty confident in that pick. Ware Shoals, nothing to get worried about. They'll move down there, like I said, to that losers bracket down there.
Let me go ahead and put them down there.
All right. And Mark, who are you going with in that game?
I agree with you too on that one. I got Southside Christian strong team moving up over here into the winners bracket, and Ware Shoals coming down to the losers bracket. Hopefully they can move on from there.
You want to write your Southside Christian in there?
Yeah, I would.
All right. McBee, actually, and Wilston Elko. Like I said, you're going to have to go on the site. I got an opinion on that game too. But if you want to find out, you're going to have to go to the site, baby. That's the way we do it around here. We're going to flip it now and move on over to some more softball. It's almost like Wheel of Fortune right here.
I'm turning the letter.
Yeah,
That's right.
I like to buy a vowel.
Yeah, here it is.
All right, here we go. Class A District 4. Reason we're covering this, 96 and Whitmire. All right, I'm going to this game today. It's at 4:30. It's going to be at 96. This is probably the shakiest pick I'll make within the whole tournament. I'm really not sure about this. 96 is going to be a 2 seed right here, and Whitmire's a 3 seed. They played in a scrimmage earlier in the season. I talked to the coach yesterday, Trip Henderson. They said they tied in that game 3-3. He said they had a lot of speed on the bases, Whitmire did, and they also had some big boppers in the lineup. They also got a decent pitcher on the mound coming for them. 96, the thing that worries me about this game is because Whitmire has that speed on the bases, 96 is prone to make errors, the fundamental errors. Tripp did say, however, that they have been working on that. They were out in the practice field for 2 hours the other day working on just that, the fundamental errors that they've been making. Whenever 96 starts making errors, it just comes in waves, and that's what kind of worries me against this Whitmire team. Mark, I'm going to let you make your first prediction. I'm not going to go with it yet.
I appreciate that. Hope you don't copy me this time. But I think in pressure situations, 96 has been making too many errors lately, and if Whitmire's got the big boppers and the speed on the bases, that puts added pressure to your team, on your catcher, on your pitcher, and on the fielders who have to catch the balls hitting. So, 96, you're going down to the losers bracket.
Going down to the losers.
Whitmire's coming on over.
All right, moment of truth. I'm going with 96 in this one. I'm probably going to get a lot of people laughing at me out there because I've been bashing 96 all year. But I got faith in Trip Henderson. I trust in Trip. I trust what he's saying about the Wildcats, that they've been working on the practice field with the errors. They're at home, so they got to come up with a big performance tonight. It's a 4:30 game. It's an early start. Whitmire had to make that long trip.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little tired, a little jet lag, even though they didn't fly on a jet. A little bus lag.
Bus lag, yeah.
96, I'm going to take them. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to go with 96. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I'm actually thinking about changing my pick right here. I'm going with 96. We'll go with a 5-4 score. It's going to be a close game. He said that if they keep it to 2 or 3 errors, they'll have a good shot of winning. I believe in Trip. I trust in Trip. Trip, don't let me down. 96, it's in there. It's on the record now. I can't take my pick back. It's there.
There it is.
Fox Creek in Indian Land. That'll be up on our website. If you want to find out who we think is going to win that game, check the website. We're going to move down to Class AA now. 2A, actually. District 1. Crescent's in this bracket right here. That's the team I'm going to be watching for. They beat Abbeville in that last game of the season. But the one we're going to focus on because they're from our area, Saluda versus Andrew Jackson. I kind of messed it up. Andrew Jackson's actually supposed to be up here because they're playing at home. They're the number 2 seed. Saluda's a 3 seed. Saluda's probably one of the strongest 3 seeds in the softball playoffs this year. I'm going with Saluda in this one. I'll tell you why, Mark. Andrew Jackson has an 8th grader on the mound pitching her first playoff game ever. Andrew Jackson also has, they have some big boppers in the lineup, but that pitching, I just can't live with that. The 8th grader's making her first start against Saluda. Saluda's got some good hitters in that lineup. Kayla Latham, Andrew Yarborough. They're watch list players on our site. And also, they're throwing their star pitcher on the mound, Colby Martin. She went had a good record this year. Saluda went 18-4 on the season. I think Andrew Jackson was 15-10, somewhere around there. I think they're going to rattle this girl in this first game right here. Saluda's going to move on past the starting 8th grade pitcher. I'm going with Saluda in this one. I'll take a score of 5-2. They give Colby Martin a 5-run lead. There's no way she's going to lose. Who you got, Mark?
I agree with you on that. Even though Andrew Jackson is a higher seed at 2 coming in, it just all depends on what region you come from. I think Andrew Jackson's in a weaker region but got a higher seed. Saluda's in a strong region. And I think they're a lot stronger than Andrew Jackson, even though they're number 3. So my pick will be Saluda on that one also.
And as always, you're going to move A. Jackson down to that loser's bracket.
Yeah, Mr. AJ's got to come down here.
Yeah. I think he was like the 10th president of the United States, but he's not getting any love here.
No.
Crescent versus Woodruff, I already got a pick on that. It's going to be a showdown right here, so you pretty much know who I'm going with. But just to make sure, go on the site and see who I'm taking in that game. I think that's going to be a good matchup right there. That would be one I want to see. But anyway, we're going to cut to a commercial break real quick. We're going to come back, finish up the softball in Class 2A, and then move on to some baseball. And here